MakingAScene.org brings you the Weekend Build, how to set up an owned fan machine in 48 hours. Hey everyone, welcome. So listen, if you're an artist, what we're about to go over could literally change your entire career in a single weekend. We're going to build a system, a machine, that takes people from just passively hearing your song to becoming part of a community you actually own. And the whole problem we're solving is summed up perfectly by this quote from our source, MakingAScene.org. You're basically paying for attention that just vanishes. Too many of us are building our careers on this kind of rented land.
So let's just dive right into this ownership philosophy. It's a really simple, but man, it's a powerful shift in how you think. Look, platforms like Spotify, they're amazing for getting discovered. Don't get me wrong. But here's the thing you have to remember. They are not your business partner. Their main goal is to keep listeners on their platform. Our goal? It's to build a real, direct relationship with those listeners, a relationship that we control.
And this right here, this is the whole mindset shift. For way too long, getting on a big playlist felt like the finish line, right? We are going to completely reframe that. From now on, a stream on Spotify is the first handshake. It's the beginning of the conversation, not the end. The whole point of this weekend is to build the actual pipeline that makes that happen.
Okay, so let's get to work. Day one is all about building the infrastructure. And I know, it might not be the sexiest part of being a musician, but this is the foundation. This is what turns a one-off single into a business that can actually grow over time.
So the morning of day one, we're claiming our home base online. First things first, you need a domain name and a website you control. WordPress is a great choice because it can grow with you, but honestly, the platform doesn't matter as much as the fact that you own it. Second, you got to set up your email system. Your email list is, without a doubt, the most valuable thing you will ever build. And third, and this is a step so many people miss, you have to connect a delivery service. This is what makes sure your emails actually get to people's inboxes instead of just dying in a spam folder.
Now, this is a really interesting idea. What is your website's job? Most artists build a homepage that's kind of like a museum. You know, it's got everything. Your bio, videos, tour dates, press clippings. But a museum makes people wander around. For this system, we are not building a museum. We are building a door. A super simple, focused landing page with one and only one job. Turn a curious listener into a contact you own.
Which brings us to probably the most valuable piece of real estate you have on Spotify, that little link in your bio. This is the moment a listener leans in and thinks, okay, who is this? So I want you to ask yourself, right now, is your link just a menu of different options, or is it a bridge to something more?
And here's the hard truth. Those really popular Linktree-style pages, they're actually working against you. They take a fan who's interested and immediately give them like 10 different ways to leave. And most of those links just send them right back to the very platforms we're trying to pull them away from. They're just scattering clicks around instead of actually capturing permission.
So, the most important takeaway here is this. Your link has to be a bridge. It needs to have one single, crystal clear job, and that is to move a fan from Spotify directly into your world, your ecosystem, with one tap. One tap, one promise, one destination, that's it.
Okay, so we spent the morning building the bridge. For the evening of day one, we need to focus on what makes someone actually want to cross it. We have our door, right? But what's the invitation? This quote from MakingAScene.org just says it all. Nobody wakes up thinking, man, I really hope I can join a newsletter today. People don't want marketing. They want to get closer to the music and the story behind it. Your offer, your reason for them to give you their email, it has to feel like a natural extension of the song they just fell in love with. It's all about rewarding their curiosity. And these ideas show you it doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. It just has to feel real and exclusive, something they can't get anywhere else. And the crucial part? This bonus content lives on your property, with you. All right, on to day two. We've built the funnel, we've got the bribe. Now it's time to build the relationship. And this is where most artists completely drop the ball. Seriously, capturing an email and then just going silent is worse than not capturing it at all. It just teaches the fan that, stepping into your world didn't actually matter.
Because getting the email address isn't the win. It's not. The real magic, the thing that actually builds careers, is what happens in the minutes and days after they sign up. That automated follow-up sequence is how you prove to that brand new fan right away that joining your world was a really smart move.
And here is the literal blueprint. It's a simple 5-email sequence that just runs on its own. Each email has a very specific job. Email 1 delivers that bonus you promised and builds trust. Email 2 shares the story behind the song to build meaning. Email 3 has the simple question to get them involved, which also gives you great data for touring. Email 4 gently opens a door to direct revenue. And email 5, well, email 5 introduces a deeper sense of belonging with something called a fan passport. So what on earth is this fan passport thing? Okay, don't let the name or the text scare you off. At its heart, it's just a system for remembering your supporters. Think of it like a digital punch card from a coffee shop. It proves they showed up, and it lets you recognize and reward that loyalty down the road in a way that big platforms never could.
The passport is really built on two simple ideas. As you can see here, you've got POAP stamps, which are for specific moments in time, like proof you came to a live stream. And then you have unlock keys, which are more for ongoing membership and access. One says you were there, and the other says you belong here. And together, man, they create a really powerful way to recognize your people.
So, by the end of day 2, the machine is built. It's ready to go. Now, how do we feed it? How do we keep this thing running week after week without burning ourselves out? Well, this is where we bring it all back to the beginning.
We use Spotify's own data. Your Spotify for Artists dashboard tells you exactly where your listeners are. So if it says your top city is Denver, you can use your new email system to talk directly to your fans in Denver. It turns all that abstract data into a real personal connection.
And you don't have to write everything from scratch every single time. As you see here, AI can be an amazing drafting partner. You can feed it your bio, your song lyrics, your story, and have it generate a first draft of your welcome sequence in your own voice. It's about getting speed and consistency, not about replacing your personality.
And through this entire process, you have to remember the tone. This quote just perfectly captures the vibe you're going for. It's not marketing speak, it's a human connection. It's like, hey, you found me. That's cool. Here's something real, just as a thank you. It's a sign that they didn't just walk into another promo trap.
Which brings us to the final and most important question that this whole weekend has been building towards. With this fan machine built, your next release is no longer just a song you throw out into the world and hope for the best. It's a pipeline. It's a system that converts attention into ownership and ownership into a career that can actually last. It's really the difference between just being an artist and running a business as an artist. Make sure you check out the other great articles and resources on makingascene.org, the place the indie artist goes to build the new music industry.